Hi everybody and welcome to Photomikes Garage. Today I'd like to talk about the new Supra that's just been revealed at the Detroit Auto Show. Okay, so the Supra is one of the most anticipated and teased cars of all time. It's been 7 years of teasing by Toyota to bring us this car. It was finally revealed. Some people are happy, but a lot of people are unhappy too. Therefore, the title of my video, which is The Supra Sucks. Okay, so why does the new Supra suck? Well, you see, it's a collaboration between BMW and Toyota to make this car, but it's no collaboration, it's a domination by BMW. And that leads me to the first of my 10 reasons why the new Supra sucks. It's not a Toyota. Toyota is one of the largest car manufacturers out there. Why were they unable to build this car in-house? Now I know, economically speaking, it makes sense to use the BMW inline 6, which they've developed. Toyota did not have an inline 6 that would be readily available to go in this car, but everything is BMW, and I mean everything. The suspension is BMW, as you can see here. The brakes are BMW. As a matter of fact, they're the same as on the BMW 550i. The chassis is BMW. Even the interior is low-rent BMW, along with an iDrive controller, as you can see. In the 1990s, Toyota produced a Supra to show the world what it could do. It could produce a fantastic GT sports car with the highest tech available at the time, with a beautiful body, all produced by Toyota. It was a calling card. And now what we have is virtually a surrender by Toyota. This is an admission by Toyota, one of the largest car manufacturers on the planet, that they cannot build a sports or GT car. They have to go and outsource it to BMW. So this is just plain not a Toyota. And this is very disappointing to all the people that adore JDM, adore the Japanese culture. You know, the old Mitsubishis, the Nissan 300 ZX twin turbos, the Mazda RX-7s from the years gone by. These cars are venerated by a certain group of people, and these people will be completely turned off by this non-Toyota. Okay, I know, and this gets us to my point number 2. What's wrong with taking some BMW parts and putting it into a Toyota and calling it a Supra? After all, BMW, that's pretty good. It's the ultimate driving machine, isn't it? Well, not really. I tell you why. Because the BMW is nowhere near as a reliable car manufacturer as Toyota. Not even close. In 2010, Consumer Reports placed BMW as one of the most least reliable in most of the classes and categories. So, yeah, unreliable. That's why if you buy an older BMW, you've got to get a warranty of some sort, or else, ka-ching, the wallet gets smaller. Why would Toyota, with their incredible reputation built up since the 1970s of reliability, pair with a manufacturer such as BMW? Why? All right. Issue number 3, no manual transmission. The original Supras all came with manual transmissions. The Mark IV came with a beautiful 5-speed, and then for most of its run, a beautiful 6-speed transmission, able to take a lot of power. Sports cars, GT cars have always had manual transmissions. There is no manual transmission option for the new Supra. It has not a dual clutch, but a 8-speed automatic. Now, it is a very good automatic. I believe it's the same one that is being used in my Hellcat, but it is not a dual clutch and it is not a manual. No manual option. That means it gets a fail right there. Okay, that leads me to number 4 on my list of why the new Mark V Supra sucks, and that is the brakes. What's wrong with the brakes? They're BMW brakes, which are pretty good, right? Now these brakes are lifted right off the BMW 550i. They have 4-piston Brembo brakes in the front, which are excellent. Brembo is the go-to standard for all high-performance cars. A lot of high-performance cars come with Brembos, and everyone knows they're good. But on the back wheels, you do not have Brembo brakes. You have a floating caliper brakes on the rear wheels of the new Supra. Floating calipers do not make it for a car that costs $50,000 or more. They don't make it at all. They don't give the same instant response as a fixed caliper. A floating caliper has pistons on one side of the disc. They have to react, and then the reaction goes to the other side of the disc. There is a delay, lack of response. No race car would ever use floating calipers. They're made to be cheap, and I don't like it when a Supra is cheapened out like that. So the new Supra is a collaboration between Toyota and BMW, but at least it's made in Japan, right? No, it's not. This car is not even made in Germany. It's made in Austria, Graz, Austria to be exact. Now, I don't want to offend anybody from Austria. I think I would love to go to Austria. I love the food and the bratwurst and everything else, but that's not JDM culture. There's no JDM culture in Austria. Although those costumes look pretty cool, right? Okay, number 6 on my list of why the Supra sucks is fake vents. When will the world be rid of fake vents? There's fake vents on the tops of the front fenders. Now normally this is where heat extractors would be for the engine compartment, and these are plastic plugs and they go nowhere. There's fake vents in the front fascia. Perhaps for brake cooling, they could be used for that, but they go nowhere. There's a very large fake vent in the rear of the door. This is where if you had a mid-engine car, a rear-engine car, you might get some cooling. It's very large. It's completely fake. Fake vents in the back bumper for perhaps aerodynamics. I don't know. Fake, 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 and fake. In total, there's 10 fake vents on this car. Nowadays, cars should not have fake vents, and a $50,000 plus sports GT car should not have any fake vents whatsoever. Okay, so then we come to number 7 on my list. No TRD. Why is there no TRD working with the development of the new Supra? Instead, they've got Gazoo Racing, which is a racing team that mostly does European events, I believe. And the TRD brand has been developed for years, started in 1954, developed for years in North America as their racing and parts, high-performance parts development division. Why is that not being associated with this Supra? Will there be no TRD version of the new Supra? It doesn't look like it. So I just find that strange that Toyota would abandon their marketing that they've done in North America to establish the TRD brand and just throw that all away. So it's a little confusing, and again, I don't like it. So that's another reason why I'm not happy with the Supra. Okay, that brings us up to number 8 on my list of why the new Supra sucks. This is a really cool looking F1 brake light. But it's not an F1 brake light. It's actually the reverse light. So I find that annoying that they would simulate a F1 brake light, which actually you can get on the aftermarket for quite a number of cars nowadays. But they would simulate that and have it not real. Instead, it is the reverse light, not a brake light. That's annoying. That goes with the whole fakeness of this car. Not cool. Okay, number 9 on my list is the fact that the new Supra Mark V is too heavy. It is 3,400 pounds. And Toyota themselves said that their target for this car was the new 718 Cayman from Porsche. Now, a Cayman is about 3,000 pounds. So that's a 400-pound difference. That is significant. Why is a brand new car developed for 7 years from Toyota that much heavier than a Porsche? Now, of course, the base Cayman is not as fast as a Supra, and once you get a Cayman as fast as a Supra, of course, it's more expensive. So there's that. But considering the size of the new Supra, I'm surprised that it weighs that much. That's not going to be good for handling or performance, which leads me to my final reason why the new Supra sucks, and that is number 10, the fact that it is underpowered. Okay, So the new Supra, the new Mark V Supra, has the BMW B58 engine, inline 6 twin turbo, 3 liter, and it produces 335 horsepower. Okay, here's the thing. A 335 horsepower engine pushing a 3,400 pound car is not going to be that fast, and it shows with a 0-60 time of 4.1 seconds. And to make things even more embarrassing, the same engine in the BMW Z4 produces 382 horsepower, and that car does 0-60 in 3.9 seconds. Why, oh why, would the Supra have less horsepower than the Z4? Why? And to add insult to injury, this car is speed limited to 155 miles per hour. Why, oh why, is this $50,000 plus car speed limited to 155 miles per hour? Well, again, I think it's economics. I think that the car could certainly do faster than that. I'm sure it could do maybe 170, 180 miles per hour as it is. Even my Dodge Charger has no limit. Over 200 miles per hour, my Dodge Charger. How come this car has a speed limiter? Well, I'd say that it's economics again. It costs more money to develop a chassis aerodynamics that can handle 200 miles per hour or even 170 miles per hour safely. Also, tires and other equipment has to all be upgraded to handle that kind of speed. Toyota just didn't want to put in the money for that. They just didn't. So, speed limited to 155 miles per hour. Okay, so as we can see that this car was built to a price point, there's economics involved. This is why compromises were made, why the relationship with BMW was entered into. I understand the economics, but for me, they shouldn't have put the Supra nameplate on that car if they're going to do that. Certain expectations were not met. Things are a little bit disappointing. But you know, I still would love to have this car. Despite everything I've said, I still think it's exciting to have a car that is a sports car, a GT car. Those are getting rare. Look at all the SUVs out there. We should still thank Toyota for being able to give us something after all these years. It's just a little disappointing after 7 years that this is the best they could do, but still, we got something here. And I would love to have the first Supra in my area if I could. Don't know if that's going to happen, but yeah, I wouldn't mind at all. Anyway, let me know if you agree with my 10 SUPRA Sucks list, if you have a list of your own, or if you think I'm completely wrong and that the Supra is fantastic. So thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time.